Good morning. Got my coffee. What I usually do is I get the big tall cup, put most of it in this, and then I drink the rest out of that. Let's talk about anger, right? So I'm here at the Petro in Effingham, and I go in to use the bathroom, and there's all sorts of vile noises and smells going on, and not a lick of soap, nothing. Bathroom's all trashed, you know. I go into the main area, and this is the fuel island area, not the main store. There's hardly any food. Not that I was looking for something to eat, but I was just kind of looking around. I noticed the place was kind of disheveled. You know, there was 5 people in line, and the gal working the register, she was like you know, stressed out. And I noticed that there was they didn't even have donuts. Dunkin' Donuts at 6 a.m. you need to have donuts. They didn't even have that. They didn't have donuts. They didn't have any food going on. You know, I kind of wondered, the place was disheveled. Obviously there was a staffing issue or something, you know. There's a person there just kind of getting irate, you know. And you know, I posted a meme on Instagram and Facebook about, you know, it's a picture of one of the characters in Vikings, and it says, "I don't get mad, I get distant." And Ratman Roden, who's become one of my favorite YouTubers in the trucking universe, he commented that anger is a healthy emotion. And there was a time where I would probably agree with that. You know, for 20 years, I used anger as a means of expression. I used anger as a means for my art, you know, that being the metal band, heavy metal band, right? And you can also say it was in a death metal band, so it was all about raw, you know, just anger, right? We even had a lyric: "When anger becomes the fuel, I will spark the fire." It's actually on a t-shirt too. And looking back, I love what heavy metal has done for me, and what being in a band and being the vocalist and guitar player, just getting all that vinegar out, you know? But I look back and I'm like, what was I so angry about? Any issues in my life that were negative were caused by me. I am the guy that I should be angry about. I realized that there was a lot of depression in there too, but you know, the music became kind of a positive outlet. But here's when things started to change for me. When I started looking at things from an energy and frequency standpoint, I realized that anger just isn't worth it. You know, think about it. I'm having a pretty good day. I woke up this morning, just going in to get my coffee, and I could be angry about the state of affairs inside the Petro there. What good would that do me? Absolutely nothing. It would just ruin my day. It would put me on this negative frequency. And granted, there are things worthy to be angry about, but see, here's the problem with anger. If you're in a war situation or a strategy situation, anger can be a spark, but it can't be the fuel. And here's why. Anger clouds your judgment for you to be able to make the next best decision. Think about it. Politicians, corporations, anything on social media, they use your anger against you. They hope that you get infuriated so you will react. And when you become only reactionary, you can't be proactive on making change. The guy that can calm down and not let his anger cloud his judgment can put the death blow to you more than an angry person can. Think about a knife. A knife can be a tool of destruction and death out of anger. But know how to use it strategically, it could become a tool to fix things, to make things, to protect yourself. And the only difference is the knife is still the same. The only difference is the frequency that you're using behind it. Think about that. And there was a time where I embraced anger. There was a time where I'm like, it's like, let's talk about that. What was I so angry about? And I had a good childhood. I had a good upbringing. I had a pretty good life. Still do. All anger does is take gratitude and logical thinking out of the equation. That's all it does. And when I started looking at things from a frequency and energy standpoint, that's when my life started to change. It's okay to be angry at times, but use that as a stepping stone to what you need to do. If you're angry about your job situation, strategically fix it. Don't let anger make you go, screw this, throw the keys and abandon the truck at a truck stop, And think about this. Picture yourself on your deathbed. You got all your family around, all your friends. And if you can't see that family or friends, there's a problem there. You got to figure out what that problem is. But let's say you've got a good group of people that you've surrounded yourself with. Are the things that make you angry now, are they going to be on your thoughts on your deathbed? If you're on your deathbed, you're going to wish that you could do more. You're going to look at regrets of things that you didn't get to do, didn't get to see. Think about suicide. Suicide is caused by the cloudy judgment of anger and misery. So I disagree that anger can be healthy. It cannot. But when you're on your deathbed, are the things that you're angry about now, would it be worth it? Are you going to be thinking about them on your deathbed? If someone tells you you've only got a couple of months to live, Are you going to waste energy on anger? No, you're going to want peace and love and just contentment. That's what you're after. And anger keeps you from that. And that's what you got to look at. Is what you're angry about going to matter a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now? If you're in the hospital with a loved one and everybody's bickering and arguing and on Facebook and on social media and in the truck stops and in the Walmarts, you have people killed over anger, over nothing, over something that is so insignificant. So, Ratman, I like you, but I will disagree that anger can be a positive emotion or a healthy emotion. It can't. Now, do I get angry? Yeah, I do. We all do. I think there's not a day goes by where I get flipped off, I mean, well, man, I wouldn't say that. I try to be pretty courteous. But, and there are a lot of discourteous people out here, and if you dwell on that anger of them, it will just ruin your day. You just got to let it go. And there are more important things to be angry about. The anger it can give you kind of a notification that, this isn't right. And if you can't do anything about it, then you have to move on. You can't dwell on it. Shift the energy. Start looking at things from an energy standpoint. Is the YouTube channel you're watching, does it anger you? Then why are you watching it? Why do you want that? Does it entertain you? Does it make you laugh? There you go. Watch that. If you look at my video where I talked about hitting the jackpot, right? About the mattress. Think about this. I was able to put out the message that it's really crummy how people treat the truck stops like dumpsters. And it makes us look bad. But I did it in the form of a satire. That's the beauty of satires. It gives an angry, negative, or a message about a negative thing in a positive light. And then the angry people go, well, I can't believe it. You wouldn't take this seriously. I could have gone on YouTube and say, look at this mattress, someone, look how disgusting truck drivers are. And I've done that video. I've done that like long time ago. I did that video. Look how disgusting we are, But no, I said my message, and if you're smart enough to see it, you saw it. And if you're not smart enough, then it was probably just a stupid video. But if anything, I hope it was at least funny to you. Anger clouds judgment. And if you think about who wins the war, who wins the battle, person that can think the clearest. And anger clouds that judgment. But in the end, is what you're angry about now, is that something that you're going to be dwelling on your deathbed with loved ones around you? Is the crappy truck stop, or the person that cut you off, or the YouTuber that you watch, is it worth that anger? Is it worth that negative energy? Is it worth that toxicity that it puts out there? No. Trust me. Been there, done that. Enjoy your coffee, people. Peace.